This isn't from a horror film. It's real, and the Aztecs made it. This is the story of the Aztec death whistle, a haunting, skull-shaped artifact that releases one of the most chilling sounds ever heard. It was lost for centuries, then rediscovered in the ruins of Templo Mayor, and even now, it screams. Was it a weapon, a ritual tool, the voice of the gods? Let's uncover the mystery. 1999, Mexico City. Archaeologists from the Templo Mayor project uncovered a strange ceramic object, held in the hands of a sacrificed man, near a temple dedicated to the wind god. At first, they thought it was a toy. But when researchers like Roberto Velasquez Cabrera recreated it and blew into it, the scream that came out changed everything. The death whistle had spoken. So, how did the Aztecs use this terrifying device? First, psychological warfare. Imagine you're a soldier hundreds of years ago. It's early morning. Fog covers the battlefield. You hear nothing until a sudden, chilling scream cuts through the silence. Then another, and another. Suddenly, an entire army of Aztec warriors, dressed as eagles and jaguars, steps forward, blowing these terrifying whistles. That's one theory. The Aztecs may have used these whistles in battle to scare their enemies. There's no written record confirming this, but we do know that Aztec warriors used costumes, music, and symbols to create fear and gain a spiritual edge in war. They believed fear could be a tool, something powerful, even sacred. Second, funerary rites. Another theory is that these whistles were used during religious ceremonies, especially those involving death and transition to the afterlife. They may have been played to help guide the soul of a person who had died, or to keep away unwanted spirits. Some scholars link the whistles to ceremonies for Xipe Totec, the god connected to renewal through death, or Mictlantecuhtli, the ruler of the underworld. In Aztec beliefs, death wasn't just an end. It was part of a cycle, a journey. So the scream of the whistle may have symbolized that journey, a signal that someone was crossing from one world into another. Third, wind and EHÉCATL. The first whistle ever discovered was found next to offerings for EHÉCATL, the Aztec god of wind. That's why some experts think the whistle's sound represents the wind itself. Maybe it was used in ceremonies to call for rain or to speak to the gods of nature. EHÉCATL's temples were round and designed to let air move freely. The Aztecs believed wind carried messages between the earth and the sky. The death whistle, with its swirling sound, may have been used as an offering to the elements, to nature itself. If you want to hold a piece of this history in your hands, we've crafted something special, an authentic Aztec death whistle, completely handmade in Mexico, inspired by the original. That sound? It's not a myth. It's the voice of the past, still echoing today. You can find it in our official Amazon store. The link's in the description, or just scan the QR code to visit our Amazon store directly. Now, back to the video. To the Aztecs, sound wasn't just something you hear. It had meaning. It had power. Instruments were used in rituals, not just for music, but for spiritual connection. The scream of the death whistle may have meant many things. A warning, a farewell, a call to the gods. It reminded people that death is not only sad, it's also a passage, and sometimes a transformation. That's why fear wasn't always seen as something bad. In the Aztec world, fear could protect, prepare, and even purify. Today, people all over the world have seen videos of the death whistle. Many call it a terror device or think it was designed to hurt people. But that's not really true. The whistle wasn't made to scare people for fun. It was part of something much deeper, part of Aztec beliefs about life, death, and the universe. The idea of using it in battle is just one theory. The use in rituals is much more likely. And even though we may never know exactly how it was used, one thing is clear. This small object holds a big message. It teaches us how the Aztecs viewed fear, not as something to run from, but as something powerful, even sacred. This story is told to honor our ancestors and to help others understand the wisdom and traditions they left behind. The whistle still screams today, not to frighten us, but to make us remember. Remember that the Aztecs saw the world as a place where life and death, sound and silence, fear and respect, all had meaning. So the next time you hear the scream of an Aztec death whistle, pause. Not to feel fear, but to remember the people behind it, the beliefs they held, the ceremonies they performed, and the world they saw beyond this one. Because when the gods called, the Aztecs didn't answer with words. They answered with a scream, a sacred sound that still echoes today. If this video taught you something new, consider liking and subscribing. It helps us keep sharing the beauty of Aztec culture with the world.